I can't lie. I can't lie. I can't lie. Josh, KG, have you got the soundboard?
Yeah. What one have I? What one do I need?
Yeah, just something to celebrate. Josh, like putting the little jingle chimes on the something.
Oh, of course, for Josh.
Yeah,
he needs that.
100%. I just like it. I said to Josh, "Yo, it's Christmas. We need to like Christmas it up a little bit," and he just went, "Cool."
Oh man, I've got a new one I'm gonna add to the soundboard. You lot keep talking. 1 second, I'm gonna go get.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
1 second.
I was thinking my concern about the Christmas one is that when it goes back, is it going to be as good? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, when like
Yeah,
after
100%.
Christmas, when you hear it again, you're like,
100%. I'm not gonna lie, Owen. I think there could be a remix installed. Just maybe not Christmas bells because it doesn't go with that, but something else. Welcome to United View. Welcome to the full view. Right now, it's a bit partial. It's a partial view right now. The other guys are on their way. They are late, so when they come, make sure you tell them they are disgraceful. Big up to everyone. If you know, we haven't done a full view for a hot minute. Hot minute, man. So big up to everyone who's asked for it. We've just, do you know what it is? I think with Ollie getting sacked, I had my birthday. KG was running about the place. Owen had loads on. We all had just because loads.
I never expected it.
I love it. Listen,
I'm happy because I never expected it.
That's the new one. Because we're more positive now, innit? So
I like it. I like it.
I'm happy because I never expected it.
No, I like that. That makes the cut.
I can't try and keep a straight face during it as well. I can't do it.
That's funny. Where's that one from? Is that a funny meme thing?
It's one of my Nigerian runners. Yeah, he was gonna, but he's got 100 meters. Yeah. And it's the best interview in the world, bro. It's like the greatest.
Oh, that's a real actual interview after a race.
Oh, yeah. But I need to send it to you. Listen, it's great. But here we go once again.
I'm happy because I never expected it.
More positive. It's the positive view, fam.
The positive. Hey, I like that. The positive view. I like that. Muscle Grow says, yes, the team are here. Big up to yourself, Muscle. Big up to yourself, Muscle Grow saying, we are, man. It's been a hot minute, but let's listen. It is the positive view, but let's not get it twisted. We got a lot to talk about.
Here we go.
Okay. We got a lot to talk about. I'd like to kick off proceedings. Do it. I do have a milk carton, but it is downstairs. Actually, I was going to bring it up. It's in the fridge. I don't want my milk to go
bring
cold. Yeah, 100%. I should have. Bruno and Rashford dilemma. Now, I think there's a lot to talk about in terms of, is it as simple? I'll start with you, KG. They're not in form right now. It's a new manager. They're dropping stinkers, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Anyone can drop stinkers. Is it as easy as just play them through it, new system, let them get used to Ralph, etc., new roles, or is there something else going on here? Is Ralph going to have to stop carrying these two and make some changes for that shock factor? No favorites FC. We're talking about a new dawn. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A new view. What are you saying?
I like that new view.
And Cam is, yeah, exactly. And Sufan B says Cam needs to be here to talk about Rashford. Cam is on his way. Don't worry about that.
I need Cam. I need everyone in the house. Yeah.
Yeah, you need a lot.
Because what Cam said, yeah. Cam said he wants to see Bruno the winger, fam. Cam tried to put Bruno on the wing one time because he said that was the best position for him. I said, bro, I don't know about that. Now we're seeing winger Bruno, and it's not nice. You don't like it there. Bruno,
but he's not playing as a winger there.
They're getting real wide. I'm seeing Bruno real wide.
No, that's when they have to run out there from defensive positions.
I mean, anyway, let me just say what I thought on what you call it. Let me say, on Rashford, it's mad because they said what yesterday, 6 games. This is a 6th game, no preseason. That's what I'm telling the man. Them Rashford 6th game, no preseason, and he's not a striker, so he's learning a position right now. He is. And yes,
so we're doing okay. So he hasn't had the preseason. He's still carrying the shoulder. And he's not a proper striker.
Not a bad ankle.
Bad ankle. Sorry,
shoulder, but he's not what you call it. I don't think he's he has to learn that he can't play with his back to goal.
Real Boris out here. I don't know. It's real Matt Hancock. It's real.
I don't know.
KG, was there a party? Was there a party? Tell me there was a party or not.
You lot want to come and diss my last son, fam, and I'm not having it, fam.
Owen said, was there a party?
There wasn't a party, bro. Listen, all I'm saying is that Rashford needs, the same way everyone's like, give these players 6 to 7 games and stuff. Give Rashford the games. Just give him the games. He'll come good. Give Rashford the games. He will get it right. He will come good. Yes, you lot. Some people already done on Rashford, but I say, listen, I'm backing Rashford on this one. He's good enough. He didn't play good. He didn't play good yesterday, but who did play good yesterday?
Yeah. The question is this, KG. My question isn't, should we, this. Let's get this just so everyone's aware of what this is and what this isn't. This isn't, my God, we should be selling Rashford. And I'm talking about the immediate team, like Tuesday.
If the game goes ahead. He's not playing good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll definitely play Greenwood, but I still think that there's like new relationships that need to form. Yeah, there's a relationship. There's relationships that need to form all over the pitch. Yeah, you got Ronaldo and Rashford trying to develop a bond. You got Sancho and here you go, Wagon Cam. You got Bruno.
Cam right on cue.
There you go. Cam right on cue. You got someone called the KG Patel. I'm tired of your life.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way!
That's the disrespectful one I'm seeing today. That one.
Oh my Lord!
No, Kevin Gunner social with favoritism. No.
Cam,
but on a serious, let me quickly say this before Cam goes on his. Cam just goes to one of my youngsters because you lot have been taking down. You lot have been taking down my sons here. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, nowhere to be seen. That, but what you lot are not gonna do this with Bruno, and you're not gonna do this with Rashford.
Can I just say?
Go on.
I called KG. I said, KG, you're like that dad who goes to parents' evening and they say, Mr. Kevin, your son shouldn't be in set 1. He needs to be in set 4. He's struggling to keep up with the pace. The homework is being returned wrong. And he just needs a bit of extra support. My son is fine. The dad, what? My son is fine. Mr. Kevin.
I'm happy because I never expected it.
Go on. Anyway, these are my takes. Let's hear Kevin Neville. Now you lot are killing me. Hey Cam, what do you think's going on? Do you reckon that these guys need to be dropped? Bruno, is it time for us to have the real conversation about Bruno? Is it time for us to have the real conversation about Rashford? I'm really upset with everyone right now, though. But let's
no, we're just talking about what needs to be spoken about. There's no agendas.
I mean, what did I say about Bruno 2 weeks ago?
What do you say?
Is it should be back now? So
he's like who?
We can hear you.
Yeah, what I say about Bruno 2 weeks ago, he's like Coutinho. Like he's gonna keep trying that stuff until you coach him, until you put the reins on, until you tell him these are your options, play them. He's gonna keep doing it. He's going to play like that because that's what he is. But, he'll get better. Under Ranić, he'll get better. He's got to get the message, though. You can't keep doing what you want. It's not about you anymore. It's not about you doing your thing. It's about the whole team now. So he's got to be told straight away.
Coutinho hasn't scored this season, bro. We can't use Coutinho as the guy. He hasn't.
I'm not talking about Coutinho now. I'm talking about Coutinho at Liverpool. Okay. Coutinho now, like, no one cares.
Okay, all right.
But Liverpool Coutinho, where they give him the ball, he takes 20 million shots a game, one of them goes in the top corner, gets them enough results to scrape through over a season, but he gives the ball away so many times and everything goes through him. You can't win titles on that. You cannot win titles on that. You've got to have a team that works together. And Bruno at the moment, he's doing everything himself. Everything goes through him, and he's taking too many risks. And look, before under Ollie, he has to do it because there's no plan. There's no they don't work as a team. But now, all of a sudden, he's got players that are going to be in those positions when he picks up the ball. The players know where they're supposed to be. He doesn't have to try and give him the ball away every time. He can make simple passes. And until he realizes that, he shouldn't be playing because he's giving the ball away and it's not helping us as a team.
Sorry, we just been trained by someone. I just want to press this.
You are an absolute disgrace. You are an absolute disgrace. You are an absolute disgrace.
Big up DJ in the car.
And I'll only be here for 30 minutes. He goes around the 45-minute mark as well. So we've only got him
Oh my God.
Hold on, guys. Let me just get these super chats through, and then you guys can just carry on with the conversation. There's a hell of a lot to get through. Philemon says, in my opinion, I have doubts that if Bruno could work in the system, he's more like a risk-taker player who you should build the team around. And another super chat here from Kind Other says, I'm not done with Rashford. I just think he would be better used as an impact sub him back into form if you want. Yeah, I think right now he's clearly not in form. And Red Baron says, get the sense when Rashford passes, he's been told to do that, but you can tell he doesn't really want to pass. That is why he doesn't look crisp. And Philemon comes back and says, and about Rashi, he should be the first on the line to see the new psychologist. Man's not here. Man's not there. Doesn't look interested. # no agendas. And Lil Yo-Yo says the sooner Cavani is fit, the better. A little bit about him and his future to touch on as well. And we are up to date with the super chats.
Hi, I'm KG.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Bro.
Hey, KG, run your ad. Run your ad. If it's not going to get taken down off YouTube, I want to hear what that was.
Sorry.
No, I want to hear it. I want you to play it.
Sorry, I just...
Can you play it, please?
I think I show you how you should end every super chat section. It just ends with, hi, I'm KG. And that's a round up for the super chats.
Sorry.
I think people are seeing why there hasn't been a full view for a hot minute, you know. It's carnage. It's carnage with this guy. Yeah, sin bin. People are saying sin bin in that.
Yeah, no, sorry, don't worry.
DJ, and Owen, you'll come through when you need to come through. What's your thoughts on the Rashford-Bruno situation in terms of they're both not in form? Bruno was really bad yesterday and just hasn't been great, apart from his goal against Arsenal. Rashford, similar. Under Ralph Rangnick, are you trying to just play them into form, new system, new manager, etc.? Or would you like to see an approach of there's no favourites? If you're not doing well, Mason's done okay. Get Donny in there. Try something else. How are you seeing it?
Yeah, I definitely think Rashford needs to be dropped. Flex, guys, it's good to see you lot, but I need a little bit more than running. Do you know what I mean? I need a little bit more than pace and running in the channels. I need a bit more football IQ from Rashford, and he's not giving me that at this moment in time. I love Rashford as a player. I do think he needs to be brought out of the starting lineup. Needs to eat bench for a few games, maybe get that hunger back, because for too long he's had it sort of like certified in the 11 when Ollie was here. So he doesn't. We do need to shake it up now. It's a new sort of like era.
It's a new season, bruv. Why do you lot keep talking about Ollie, bruv, and this, that, and the other?
I have to, man. I have to.
Ollie is go, bro. This is a new manager. Man. He's on his grade. How many times has he played this new manager?
I know it's your guy, KG.
Bring this in, bruv. This is ridiculous.
Me, he's got to sit on the bench, KG. I'm sorry, bro. He has to,
sit on the bench, bro.
You just said he shouldn't even be starting, KG. You just said that yourself.
Nah, because it's pissing me off, bro. I hate this IQ talk, bro. That man
has to.
Bro.
Rashford's not a smart player, innit? He needs to sit on the bench. Yeah, like to be honest with you, I think last season before, whatever it was, I saw a bit of development in him. I saw an improvement in his game. But again, it's like he hasn't kicked on from them yet. And I know injuries and all that, this, that, and the third. Yeah, he's come from a regime where he was played injured, all of that. Yeah, for me, eat bench for a bit. You're not playing too well. Let Mason come in because Mason's been out in the cold for a bit. Let's rotate it. Let him sit down. Like, and for me, Bruno again is a little bit of the same. Like Bruno has been good in parts, but he hasn't been hitting the levels that he set when he comes to Manchester United. I think it's all clear for us to see.
All you Johns would have dropped the hair, fam. I can see it in all your eyes, fam. Sometimes
Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Who
would have dropped the hair, fam?
Who would have dropped the hair? Don't get a blanket statement.
Nah.
Exactly. You talking about Jack? Why are you bringing Jack into this? There's no Jack in here.
Bro, because all you man right now, all you got to do is just wait a while.
You sound real salty. You know what?
I told you that's KG's opinion.
I knew you would do this.
Analysis. KG's analysis. Spaghetti testing. Spaghetti testing. Let's throw it at
I'm here, bro. All I'm saying is, Sam had Bruno playing on the wing one time, yeah, and I don't hear him talking that talk anymore, bro. What happened to all that, bro? And let's talk about Donny van der Beek while we're at it, bro. Why can't he start, bro? All these managers come in still on the bench, bro. Elanga's playing before, bro. What is that guy doing in training? Let's have those conversations, bro. I'm ready.
Why are you trying to move the narrative?
Distract from the topic.
KG.
Let's watch something else. I told you, spaghetti at the wall.
Okay,
see what sticks.
Let's get some John Burko order inside the House of Commons, because that's all KG has done since.
He's moving mad.
Yeah, Boris is due to talk at 8 p.m. and it's like KG's prepping to go get ready for it. Yeah. That's what he's doing. Philemon says KG trying to distract us from talking about Rashi. And KG, the comedian football heritage family, says, Cam, be careful. Wan-Bissaka, Bruno, Rashford are family. And there's another super chat here from Carrymore, says, Hamilton robbed, scandalous. We'll get to that. And Lil Yo-Yo says, KG in Sevilla Fane. Rashi.
I'm in Sevilla Pain.
Sevilla Pain. Rashi needs to hit bench, bro.
He does, man. He does.
Okay, Owen.
Yes.
Where do you stand on what's going on?
There's certainly a bit of a dilemma for Ralph Rangnick going forward, isn't there? I mean, after the performance yesterday, actually, tell you what, 2 seconds. I'm a little bit chilly. 2 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Owen's going to get. He's cold. He's cold. Ozzy says KG ain't delusional. He's just reckless. Shake my head.
You're an absolute disgrace.
I just feel like
I'm really angry right now.
Yeah, of course. But KG, just because your favourites have been the first casualties under Ralph, it doesn't mean other people's favourites weren't.
Bro,
do you know what I mean?
Listen,
it's all it is. All it is early on. Your guys ain't playing very well.
Games. I thought we said everyone is a fresh start, bruv.
Oh, nah, Owen came through with
chilly.
Sorry,
bit chilly.
No.
Yeah, so let's talk about Rashford and Bruno. Let's talk about Rashford and Bruno.
Whoa,
there is a dilemma.
Stop. Hold on.
What?
You are an absolute disgrace.
It's a bit cold.
Nah.
You are an absolute disgrace.
Don't know what you're talking.
No,
that's KG. You should run the whole thing. Put you're a cheat bit as well.
You're an absolute disgrace. You're a cheat.
Just talking about Rashford and Bruno. Yeah.
No, that's trolling onto another level.
Shithouse. Owen, you shithouse.
No.
You're happy with what you saw today. I don't even watch F1. I don't even watch F1. And even I knew that they just made up some next rules on the spot.
That's the cheating all season.
Wait a minute. You're telling me there was a race on today? This was just jacket. I'm cold.
I say I'm cold.
You are an absolute disgrace. You're cheat.
Just cold.
He went and get the jacket. Nah, not the Red Bull of all the sponsors.
He looks like he's in the car.
That's disrespect.
My whole view, excuse the pun, has changed on Owen.
Oh, man.
Owen. We should have known about Owen, you know.
Owen, the real Owen's out. The real Owen. Yeah, Calamity says sack him, Flex.
That is savage settings. He's got better people in here that are really upset. And he doesn't care.
Owen won the race.
Oh.
All right, you know when you just don't see something on its way?
Stafford.
Owen went from full view to rear view.
I love that because it's got so many, you know.
I'm just drinking it in. I'm talking about Bruno and Rashford. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Owen, all right, you tell us about.
Why is this happening? Why is this happening?
You know.
All right, let me get these super chats out. I'm not really sure where to go with this now.
Yeah, me neither.
007 Meth Man says, "What happened to picking players on merit?" And Red Baron says, "Don't insult KG's favorite, or we would go after yours." Typical whataboutism argument. Chill, KG. We love you. That's exactly what KG is as well. Petty. Carrie Moore says, "Fans want loyalty from players, but can't even back Bruno after a few average performances. This is why I'll always back players making the best decisions for their careers and families." Interesting from Carrie Moore. But I don't think anyone's turning on him. I think it's just talking about what the future holds and what the best thing is in the immediate games. And if you are turning on him, I think that's a bit extra. But wait, Cam just thought, "No, I'm out." He's like, there's not enough football intellect in this chat for me. I'm gone. Cooking with CBD, you know, it's not even legal.
No, you can cook with that now, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. You can get it for pain management as well and all them things, isn't it?
Yeah. They drop on your tongue and all that.
Oh, Owen, rah.
Okay. Yeah, athletes use it. Athletes use it.
No, Owen, we don't know him.
The real Owen is here.
Yeah, like athletes use it. Use it for like pain and all like recovery.
I had an hour conversation.
What have you done with the
midweek.
real Owen, man? Who
No,
are you?
no,
An
no
imposter,
idea.
man.
I had an hour
It's nothing,
conversation.
DJ. The mask has slipped. Okay.
All right.
Cooking with CBD says CR7, four times Ballon d'Or winner. Let's chat about him. Cam is back in the room. Big up to you, Cam. And O'Neill says, was Rashford any worse than CR7 yesterday? And I don't think it's specific just to yesterday though. That's important to talk about as well, like with the whole Rashford situation. And okay, super chats are there. Let's get some order. Owen,
yes.
What are you saying about what are you saying about the Rashford situation, the Bruno situation? Can these guys play their way into form in a new system, new understanding, new manager? Or is it time to look at different alternatives right now?
Well, I think that's why you got a big squad. I think that's the thing, is that was the confusing thing yesterday, wasn't it? Was with Rashford and Bruno. I know Bruno came off, what was it, like 85th minute, 88th minute? It was very echoes of Ollie in that sense. So Van der Beek had his 5-minute cameo, just known as the Van der Beek cameo. That's what it is. The surprising one for me was that Rashford stayed on the whole game. I mean, when Greenwood came on, I was assuming, it's got to be for Rashford, right? Greenwood go up front, partner Ronaldo. And when Sancho came off for him, I was stunned, because out of that sort of front four, he was the only one that I thought actually was showing a little bit of something, a little bit of, pressing, crossing the ball into the box. When Maguire sort of nearly scores with that half chance of the header, that comes from a Sancho cross. I was surprised by that. I think I was talking about this before when it comes to Bruno. I'm not, when you criticize Bruno Fernandes, you're not necessarily saying, get rid of him, he's the worst attacking midfielder ever, he's a fraud, all that kind of stuff. You're not saying that. But objectively, you can look at yesterday's game and go, he didn't play well. And if you're not playing well, you should probably come off. If you don't play well consistently, then your place in that starting 11 should be up for threat for someone that maybe can come in and play well. If I am Donny van der Beek, I'm sitting on the bench yesterday going, I mean, maybe Bruno Fernandes is a better player than me, but I know I can do better than what he's doing out there at the moment. If he's having an off day, if he's not playing well, he should come on. And don't get me wrong, I've been a huge advocate of Bruno Fernandes. What he's done since he's come to the club is incredible. But that isn't a reason for saying you're playing terrible today and you've not been playing well recently. That's not a reason to say, okay, we bring Van der Beek on for this game. Or we start Van der Beek, and if Van der Beek's not playing well, against Villarreal, when Bruno actually started on the bench and he came on, he affected the game positively, because it was different at that period of time. So I think that's the thing here, is that some of these players, if they're not playing well, and I hope to see this from Ranić going forward, if they're not playing well, just be a bit ruthless. We've got a massive squad. He said that in all the press conferences. It's not as if we've got not enough players. We've got too many players. So we might as well use them. And maybe I said this in the match reaction yesterday, when Ranić came out after the Palace game and he was like, you know what? I was positively surprised with how we played in that first 30 minutes against Palace. I think yesterday was the real sort of reality slapping him in the face of going, okay, I can understand why United are where they are this season, because they've been playing like that. If we'd have played against, I dare say, any other side in the Premier League yesterday, we would have probably either drawn or lost. Let's face it, we're playing bottom of the table, Norwich. They played well, defended well, pressed well, but they're one of the sort of worst Premier League sides around, in Premier League history. Yeah. I mean, they've won 2 games, but they are poor. They are very poor. Yeah. And we made them look good yesterday. And I worry for the game on Tuesday, because if we play like that against Brentford, they're a good side. They're a really good side, and we might come up unstuck. My hope is that Ranić will see that and just say that was not good enough. And he said it after the game as well. They said, that lack of intensity, that lack of aggression, was that by design? Was that planned? And he went, no, it wasn't. I wanted them to play like we did against Palace, and it didn't happen. So at least he's aware of it.
I want to ask Flex. You said this to me, like it was in the dead years, yeah, not the dead years, but recently under the old regime, yeah. You was like, are these players good enough? And it's the greatest question to ask, like, and it rears its head again, right? Because let's be honest, that performance with no structure is what we had under Ollie, where we're just getting beat up. Like, there's not even a defensive shape to save ourselves. So was losing games. And you got to say to yourself, the attitude, because he's put these players out and said, I want you to play like this. Yeah. And then also, because we always do this thing, we've been giving a lot of people a free go at things. You say the other game, young boys, everyone should have tried to stake a claim. to start in mid. The only one that really did well in that game was Greenwood. No one else was like, "Hey, you're actually knocking on the manager's door to play." And once again, we see on the weekend that nobody is really. They have that performance in them. I'm not surprised that a sports psychologist turned up, because I was saying this earlier. We're a team that we only wake up when we go down, and that's part of the DNA of this club. Under Ollie, I can't tell you how many times we went to go down. We probably went to go down for 2 seasons. Then we play. Then we wake up. That was our biggest issue. And I think that these players can't get themselves going. Whose fault is that? These are the things that we ask ourselves. Like, why can't these players get up for it? Why can't they rush? No one ran. Let's see. In the first half of that game against Norwich yesterday, nobody was running. No one. And I don't understand why, because he set the team out to do one thing. I don't know what we're doing. I'll be honest. And we got to ask ourselves, who is good enough? And I know we praise players. I'm not just coming to protect my players and Rashford and this, that, and the other. But I'm saying everyone that puts on that shirt should be trying to get into this team. And how is McTominay and Fred still there? If you're better than them, you should be showing, because a new manager, he ain't got no favorites. He's just saying, I'm going to pick whatever looks good. We saw that with him starting Alanga, giving Alanga some game time. The floor's anyone else's who wants.
Yeah, KG, what I will say to that is, and I think it's a little bit difficult, obviously, because we have a new manager that's come in, and I don't want to make excuses for any of the players, but how Rangnick wants us to play is extremely different from how he was playing under Ollie, meaning the game, he is demanding way more of the players physically. And he's mentioned it a few times in terms of Pogba coming back. We need him to be physically fit.
Yeah.
Again, about Varane, he says, I need to make sure that he's physically fit, fully fit, ready to be part of this team, because these players need to be running way more harder than they've ever ran before. And this is why I think, like during the game, I literally tweeted, I was like, where's the press? Where's it gone? It literally just disappeared.
I was saying that in the stands, it just wasn't there.
It just wasn't there. And maybe a part of that is because these players aren't up to that physical standard just yet. And it's going to take a few games. Maybe there are some players that are ahead of others in their fitness in terms of this particular style. And I'm just hoping within the next couple of weeks, we see the players sort of get up to speed and can kind of repeat that sort of like Palace performance. Because I do think that Palace performance was kind of a little bit of a bounce, a little bit. But if they can kind of do what they did at Palace, but make it a little bit better, then I think we can be a really dangerous team. But I do think physically it is demanding, because these players haven't been playing like that. So it's kind of like saying, oh, you've been playing at 50% for 3 years now. We need you to play at 100%, 100 mile an hour. You know what Rangnick's on. He wants you to press aggressive. He said intensity. He wants us to be aggressive. He wants us to be first to every ball. He wants us to even pick up the second ball. He wants us to turn over and within 8 seconds, 10 seconds, go towards goal. That is demanding for a lot of these players who have never played like that within 3 years. So I think it's, maybe tapering our expectation. I think we did say that, but I think the Palace performance did kind of maybe put the wool over our eyes just a little bit, because we thought, oh yeah, we're there. We're nearly there. I think we're still far off, but I think it might be just a fitness issue, to be fair.
Okay.
Let me just get these super chats up quick, and then come through. Bill Ingram says, Owen be like, in the words of Mr. McMahon, Lewis screwed Lewis. A says, Rashford isn't a good technical player and never has been. No IQ, can't link / hold up the ball. Average at best finisher, no left foot, selfish, plenty of passion and heart. Martial is the polar opposite. Really,
what is he then?
KG up
what
there.
Is he then? What is
well, there you go. He's gone for it straight away. He's gone for it straight away. Gone for it straight away.
Martial? Hey, Owen, get the hell out of here. You doing that with that top one is such a disrespect.
Santiago says Ralph is the only manager since 1903 to get 2 clean sheets in the first 2 league games. His focus was defense. Give him time to work with the defense.
Tell them, Santiago.
And A says Don Ricky told us all this years ago, and we laughed. He said a lot of stuff that we laughed at before. Do you know what I mean? Big up Don Rick. And Philemon says, check to that, Owen. People blame us for saying Bruno should be dropped for not being informed. Those people, he did a lot for us. The point is that he's not doing it right now. This is Man United. You've got to earn it 100%. I agree. No player should be undroppable. And okay, I think we're good with the super chats. Yeah. Cam, tactically, are these players just taking time to adapt? Is that what this is? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, definitely taking time to adapt. I mean, yesterday, I think, like, people are complaining about McTominay and Fred in the chat or whatever. I thought yesterday they were actually both really quite good. I think McTominay played so many forward passes into the front two, into the two behind the strikers. Fred was doing the same thing. They, defensively, to be honest, their back four, De Gea and McTominay and Fred, did basically as good as you can really expect in a Premier League game for them to do. It's then the lot in front of them have got to go and do their jobs. And at the moment, for me yesterday, I think 3 of those 4, basically everyone bar Sancho, I thought, and that front four was disappointing, and they didn't really do their jobs. And part of that is obviously not being like conditioned ready for stuff yet. Part of it's mentally, but some of it's just the basics. And Rashford, you know, if Bruno, the whole point of that 4-2-2-2, the wide players playing just inside, is that if they then come in further, the forwards have got to make a run outside to create space for them. And it should be so obvious. It shouldn't need Ralph Rangnick to come and tell you to do that. It should be so obvious for Rashford and Ronaldo to do it. Ronaldo did it a few times, not many. Rashford barely did it at all. And it's the number of times you see things where if you've got a choice to run into space or into a player, Rashford will pick to run into the player. And you're just like, come on, just use your brain. And the number of times as well, the thing that really irritated me most probably yesterday was the number of times those balls got played forward to any of that front four. They've dropped off the defender. They don't check behind them what's there. They've dropped off and they just play that pass straight back. The whole point of dropping off the defence to pick up the ball is if no one comes with you, you turn, run at them, and use the space that's there. If someone does come with you, play it back and try and use that space that's then created. They weren't doing it. They were dropping off and then just playing it straight back. It's basic things. Just check what's on your shoulders. Any player at any level of football's heard that enough times from the coach. Just look behind you. Look what's there. Stop playing like you've not got a brain. It should be so easy, but it's really not. And the problem is when stuff gets tough, Bruno starts forcing it, and you end up with 40-yard balls that go out for a goal kick.
That's the worst.
And it just gets more and more frustrating every time. So it's just, I think, to be honest, it's not far away from coming in terms of with possession, but players have just got to start using their brains. If you're not able to check what's on your shoulder, see if the defenders come with you when you're dropping off to receive the ball, don't drop off. Just stand where you are and trust everyone else to get the ball to you. It shouldn't be difficult. It's not really about tactics or any of that sort of stuff. This is just being a football player, really, and it shouldn't be that hard. I think then, obviously, tactically, you can talk about pressing and counter-pressing, all that sort of stuff. Pressing, definitely wasn't as good as it was against Palace, but I think the bits here, there's 2 aspects to it, really. Pressing, number one, if let's say Norwich have a goal kick, the players know how they're supposed to set up in that 4-2-2. The strikers should be on the edge of their box. Wide players just a little bit deeper, a little bit wider behind. They know what they're supposed to be doing there. Most of the time, they're in the right place to start. And then from there, they go 50-70% intensity, which isn't enough. But at least they're sort of doing the right things. The main bit, which is the biggest problem for me at the moment, I think, is that as soon as we lost possession, we've heard you've got 8 or 10 seconds to win it back. People aren't on that page yet. It's really hard to get in the mindset as soon as you lost it, go and win it back. Because the thing is, if you're the player that's lost it, you're probably the one closest to the ball. You're probably the player in the best position to have a big impact. And you see Ronaldo loses the ball, hands on head, frustrated. That takes 3 seconds. Then he's got 5 seconds by which time the ball's gone somewhere else. That is the bit that's going to take time to train, because that is turning it not from you do this. It's not an instruction. That is changing their mindset. It's instinctive. I've been working on that all time with my team about like 10 weeks now. It's still not there. Obviously, like, we're not a professional team. We train twice a week, but it will take time because you're changing their mindset. You're changing the way they do things.
And we ain't had no time to train.
Oh, look at KG.
You know what it's like? You know what it's like? When Cam talks, it's like that scene in The Simpsons. It's like that scene in The Simpsons. You know when they look at
there was a super chat. It wasn't even a super chat, but it was from FA, and it's like, good, Cam's gone. Hope he doesn't come back. I thought I should read it. Just because sometimes we need to share some love.
Yeah. Well, I got other ones. I got ones that say Cam Masterclass as well, and KG, it'll be okay. Why is KG always attached to the shit players? KG, come on, smile.
Shit.
Yeah, KG's blood is boiling.
Wan-Bissaka is shit.
When Cam talks, it's like that thing in The Simpsons. You know what I mean? When it's like they look at the screen, you can see where his heart breaks in half. That's like watching KG. That's like watching KG when Cam talks. You can literally see him breaking.
Pastor Cam, man.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to listen. Death Note FC, bruv. I'm writing down Cam's name, bruv.
Let me read the super chat. Basilo says Bruno lost possession 17 times and passed possessions 66% in the first half. Oli failed to prune these behaviors out. Not many teams play with a 10. For me, my thing is this. I think it's quite easy. I feel like, how many times have I said Bruno has a playing style that when the goals and assists dry up, he's going to be a big problem for the team. He's going to be a big problem for the team. And that's not to say we should instantly forget about his impact when he first came from Sporting. That's not to say that he's a shit player now. And that's not to say that he can't work at this and become better in the team. But in order for this team to move forward with Bruno Fernandes, I'll say it right here, right now, he's got to change. He's got to change. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying coach it out of him so he doesn't take any risky balls where he's overcoached, he's robotic, and that he won't try any risk and everything is too safe. I'm not saying that. Of course, it's about balance. But right now, that meter that should be perfectly in the middle is too far left of just try crazy shit. Just try crazy shit. It's true. And at the end of the day, I feel like there's certain players in our team that actually suited Ollie's style, which was go and get on with it.
What style did Ollie have?
Well, which is just get on with it. Go, just get on with it. That's the style. Just get on with it.
Anyone cross the green line and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
chill out, bro. You can't say these things.
Okay, all right.
Just go out and play. Just go out and play. I don't want you in the house.
For me to make it a more respectful, kind of, footballing way of playing, a reliance on individuals like Bruno and Rashford. Let me just say that then. But we know what it was. Yeah, that suited those type of players because there was no strict instruction and no onus and responsibility to say play in this way, which is more disciplined. And I said, as soon as the goals exactly, and we're seeing it now. The goals and assists have dried up for Bruno. What's left? Is there a player that manipulates the ball and dictates tempo and facilitates attacks? No, there's a player that forces stuff. That's just how it is right now.
Let me see the goals have dried up. Assists have dried up.
Well, the goals and assists together and being effective in terms of goal involvements and putting someone through and stuff like that has seemed to have dried up by Bruno's standards. Yeah, but when you don't have that, what do you have to fall back on? Your basics: keeping possession of the ball, facilitating other people, helping us build attacks, and that. Right now isn't what's happening, but that is down to Bruno changing it. That is down to Bruno
missing some of these tactics that these guys are putting up there and brilliant in the free seats. Go and have a blast.
Enjoy yourself, FC. There you go.
There's some brilliant ones in here.
Who else we got? Get on with it.
Just do it.
Express yourself. Go out and express yourself, lads. There you go. Just try, innit? Just try, innit? Super chats here. Digimon says, God forbid Pogba gave the ball away as much as Bruno. When he gives away the ball, pundits say he's trying. Pogba gives away the ball and he's lazy. There's no agendas. It's just how things are reported. Digimon 14 is onto something there. And Philemon says, true, he should change Flex. How many times did we see Bruno ignoring Sancho Tellez to try a mad pass to Ronaldo? He gets turned he gets turned up when he sees CR7. Yeah, it's like there was one where he done one against Chelsea that put us on the back foot. He done one yesterday when he tried to that 40-yard diagonal. That's just like a needle in a haystack trying to find someone. I just think it needs coaching, and that's for Rashford. My thing is this: Rashford just still looks really raw. Like Rashford is young, younger than we remember because he's been around so long. So you can only go with footballing duration. Yeah, in real life, he's young. At 24, flipping heck, Jesus, I was so immature. I get that, but in football terms, when you've got over 100 appearances for Man United, how much? He's probably got a couple of hundred. How many appearances has Rashford got all in all for Man United? Probably a couple of hundred now. When you play week in, week out, you're playing in the England team. He's a very, very experienced player now. He's still got gears to go up, but there's stuff to say. I do know what Digimon is, by the way. I do know what Digimon is. Don't even go there, DS. Yeah, I do. That's the little electric thing. You know what I mean? Like the Tamagotchi thing. Little electric thing.
Cool.
Yeah. I know what it is. But yeah, basically, cut a long story short, Rashford, I just think it is down to decision making. People talk about IQ and maybe think it comes across a bit rude. Maybe you don't have to describe it as that, but it's decision making. And Rashford's decision making on a consistent basis leaves a lot to be desired for. The good thing is that he gets into the positions. Why does he get into the positions? Because he works hard. He's an intense player and he is aggressive. He is aggressive with the ball. But when he arrives in the moment where you need the calmness, the decisive moments, that's what's letting him down right now. I don't think his ability. There was a moment, I think someone switched the ball for like 30, 40 yards. I think it could have been McTominay, and Rashford just plucked it out the air, and it looked like he was going to go out for a throw. Brilliant touch.
Yeah,
now,
touch.
the bit after that didn't lead to anything, but Rashford has bad.
No, didn't he whip it in? Didn't he whip it in and then Ronaldo missed it on it? It was the 85th minute one.
Oh, when Ronaldo missed that easy one. There you go.
Even that, you could say the ball, when he cuts it back, he cut it back to behind Ronaldo. He's having to stretch behind him. It's that kind of final pass that Rashford will just. That's what was frustrating with watching him yesterday. Like Flex was saying, it's like it's decision making, but then when he does make the decision, maybe the quality isn't there for that either. I mean, a couple of times in the first half, he's run into the box and you're saying, right, you're going to cross it, you're going to pull it back, you're going to go yourself, and he just didn't do anything. He just sort of got caught up in those like sort of three options and just ran into the defender. And then it got cleared out, and you see that happen. You see that happen a lot with him. Like Flex says, you get into the like the scenario, if you will. You get into that sort of situation, which is great. But that's where I look at sort of in the past, those sort of great players. When it comes to that moment, they always make the right decision. Always, whether it is squaring it back, whether it is just sliding in the bottom corner, they always make that right decision, and that's the thing that does let Rashford down. But there's like the sort of the Bruno situation doesn't make him a bad player. You see these reactions of like he's terrible, he's rubbish. It's like no, but that's certainly a coach like Rangnick. That is something that can be coached. That is 100% something that can be coached.
They say that a coach needs to make players better. Sterling's just got to 100 goals. Yeah, we're saying in Rashford's short time here, 91 goals, 57 assists. Do you know what I mean? And that's. This guy, I think he can go up levels, but he's not played. He's moved all over the place. He's never had a solid. This is the first time. So he's played 2 games up front in his like back to back. We haven't seen this from Rashford. So I'm just thinking that it's either where when we say with certain players they need time in that position to develop and adapt to that position, say they make it their own. If we're hoping for someone to just become that guy in 1 game, 2 games, it's not going to happen. And unfortunately, we can't now use the data from Ollie as to why he shouldn't play. I feel like if it's a clean slate, it's really a clean slate. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think he's a striker though? Do you think he can play in that position?
Yeah,
or would
it
be worth? So, for instance, Greenwood, I'd say 100% a striker.
Yeah.
I'd argue in that position where either Sancho or Bruno plays, that's where probably I'd want to see Rashford. I'd prefer to see him there. But as opposed to being a striker, maybe that's part of the problem.
What'd you say, Cam?
If you put Rashford in that position where Sancho and Bruno are, he can't play in tight spaces. If he comes in, he's losing the ball every time. His decision making is not good enough. That's why we keep seeing the frustration there when, let's say, if Sancho was on the left, he's gone wide, he's gone in behind to take on the fullback. Rashford's dropped off his man, like dropped in a little bit to receive off one of the centre mids or something. And he's then just passed it straight backwards. Rashford cannot play in tight spaces because he's not aware enough of what's around him. He doesn't take enough information, doesn't scan enough.
It's like you need to get Rashford. You need to get Rashford, and this is what I mean about getting the best out of Rashi. Like you need to just give him kind of one decision to make, which is you're facing the goal and there's your defender. Get at him and be aggressive. You ask a right back, do they want to play against Marcus Rashford? Like I say, a lot of times they tell you no. That's not us being naive because we think we know best. He's at it. He's a very active player. But like Cam's saying there, I think to ask Rashford to do the intricacy stuff of receiving the ball on the half turn and really trying to pick up the ball and know and have more of awareness. That's what's probably more difficult. And obviously that's why he's going with 2 10s in what Rangnick thinks in Sancho and Bruno, who are supposed to be good on the ball, good on turning in tight spaces and playing little 1-2s in triangles and opening up space. So it is going to take working on it. My thing is that I just want to see people given a chance in this system. And fairly on, because I don't think we can afford to carry too many in this. If you're not playing well, doesn't matter who it is. And this is away from Rashi and Bruno, because I don't want it to just be about them, although they both were playing particularly bad. But Ronaldo played poorly as well. Ronaldo was kind of throwing himself on the floor, getting done in possession, trying too hard. Let's just say it as it is. He came through clutch with the penalty because he's fantastic. But Ronaldo was piss poor yesterday as well. Yep. Apart from the one thing where I think he put the defender cut inside on his left foot and had a decent shot. But other than that, he was poor too. So it isn't just Rashford and Bruno. It's just that the most obvious two to change would be those.
Can I ask Cam and Cam Owen? Let's ask this question.
Sorry, one sec, Casey. Let me just read the super chat and then you can do that. Basilio says Rashford is the less muscular Adama Traore. And David Naheen says, "What's up, guys? The players are still in shock of the 180 change. They don't want to level up, but have to. I think personally, some players lack the drive. #win. And there was another super chat up here that I didn't read. Where has it gone? I think it's this one here. Philemon says, don't worry about Ralph Rangnick saying McFred did really well. There are only there to stop the opposition team. Is that the standard now? Shouldn't the standard be opposition stopping us? ? And I think, yeah, we're good. KG, what are you going to say?
Yeah, I'm going to ask. Well, I'm asking the rest of the panel basically. Who is our number one centre back? Because now, yeah, Lindelof needs some praise. I don't know.
It's Lindelof right now.
Yep. Lindelof is our number one.
The entire squad, including injured players.
Everyone, everyone.
You want a simple answer?
No, it's
a simple answer.
We haven't. Not saying that. I'm not saying Lindelof's better than Varane, but I'm saying Varane's been. We haven't seen him really. We haven't had any glimpses of Varane in a Man United shirt right now. From what we've seen,
because he's been injured.
Is Lindelof the number one? Is he the number one centre back?
For me, he is 100%. I think he stepped up, man. When Varane obviously hasn't been available, usually we would look to Harry Maguire. But I think Lindelof is literally in some of the games where I thought he would struggle. He actually played really well, and he's really sort of been a little bit more commanding than usual. Played very well. So for me, I think he's our number one at the moment. I do think when Rafa does come back, that might change. Personally, I'd like to see either Rafa and Bailly or Rafa and Lindelof. I think Maguire, he's had a couple of good games, but we still need him to get back up to speed. Yeah, Bailly is a madman, though. Have you seen some?
He's tremendous. He's incredible. He's incredible.
He's a madman.
He is incredible.
Cam, what are you saying?
No, for me at the moment,
the partnership that you want to see, is it Varane and Lindelof, or because that'll be this will be really telling what Ralph does when Varane's available.
I think Varane and Lindelof's the best partnership. But what you got to say for the first couple of games we've had, this one and obviously Palace, the job the centre backs have had to do has been way easier. And it's way more predictable as well. So a lot of the work they've had to do is when the opposition clear it long. All they've got to do is be there first before the striker. So it's a lot easier. And Maguire obviously lacks pace when he's having to go backwards. But obviously against Palace, a lot of the time he was 10 yards inside the Palace half. So he's not got to cover big distances. He can just get there first. And if he's anticipating stuff, having to go through a striker, then he can get on the front foot and actually start playing the ball out, which is what he's good at. So I think already the big difference is that the job for the centre-backs is a lot easier than it ever was under Ollie. Because under Ollie, they're getting horribly exposed, having to defend half a pitch each by themselves with no cover anywhere to be seen. They've got to react to whatever the striker does. And if you lack pace, like Maguire does, or you're not great in the air like Lindelof, it's always quite tough. But now that they're on the front foot, they're the ones who can control the situations. Whatever centre-backs you put in that team are going to look better. And they both have already. But I think, Varane and Lindelof for me going forward.
Liam Gorgon says, big up guys, love you all. Thank you for the contribution from A99 as well. And TE says Lindelof and Varane would be nice to see. And another super chat here from, it's just come through at the bottom. I think that's Bill Ingram. Bill Ingram says Ralph Rangnick is looking to replicate KG and trying to turn a temporary appointment to a permanent one. # back yourself. And Leroy says, what progress were we expecting within 2 weeks? That's what I did tweet that. I said, it's going to take a lot longer than that. It's going to take a lot longer than that. In yesterday's game, I had to kind of, you know me, I'm never afraid to kind of go, right, did I get that wrong? You can't just think what you say is right and just stick to it. A lot of people saying, Flex, well, you're having a laugh. We weren't defensively stable at all. We made Norwich look good. They had a lot of chances. Because I said in my match reaction, I was like, what helped us keep the clean sheet was the fact that the front line weren't at it at all, but we were defensively solid. And people were like saying, you must have been watching a different game, Flex. So I just thought about it. And sometimes when you're there, you're in the ground, the emotion to kind of just find a goal and hold on to it just to get the 3 points and get out can sometimes make me not look at the game properly. I watched some of the highlights and I just took it all in of why I've said what I said. And I just looked back and I just saw Lindelof kind of a lot of times just taking care of situations before they became situations. And I don't know if sometimes you can only see that when you're up close or when you only look at it in a certain way on TV. But I saw him taking control of a lot of situations. The fullbacks, again, yes, it wasn't perfect going forward because as a team, we didn't attack well enough with intensity. But I saw Alex Telles pretty much at it. I saw Dalot at it, shutting down spaces. Yes, we conceded probably 2 big chances. I think the Pukki shot, which, okay, it's a bit of a snapshot. He came in on his left foot. And then I think Maguire got out-jumped for a header, which was a fantastic save from De Gea. Apart from that, I think everything was quite calm at the back. And that's not to celebrate on a massive level because, like we say, no disrespect to Norwich, but it's Norwich. But that was why I was kind of more leaning on we were defensively solid. And you're right, Cam. I thought McTominay and Fred were good. It was like McTominay when I had that interview that pissed me off. I'm going to make sure I don't pass backwards. It was like he was really trying a couple of good switches of play, passes between the lines into the forward's feet. And he played quite well. And I saw a few highlights of Fred after the game, and I did pick it up during the game. Some great feet, great passes, just ball recoveries, just nice on the ball, just doing all right.
He's feeling himself, man. He's feeling himself.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I did see it as that. And just as you're talking about Lindelof, I had him down as man of the match before I remembered De Gea's wicked save from that header. Because he's just, what a save. Because he was just so calm and just sorting everything out. I know he went off sick, and then Bailly comes on and does a Bailly as well, which, by the way, that thing that Bailly, this art that Bailly has here, that like the ball makes sure it hits him, it's not luck. It's not, because it always happens.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka does it. Shut up, bro.
No.
Again, unconventional. He's unconventional, but you enjoy this one.
I can appreciate unconventional, but I can't appreciate people who can't control the ball properly.
My kid is fine.
Don't try this. Don't try this. Doing the mad spinner Rooney and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm here for the erraticness. I don't mind it. I'm here in it. When Wan-Bissaka does the mad last stick, spider leg, doing the thing, the Venom and all that, doing the Peter Parker thing, I'm here for it. It looks great. Yeah,
doing the Venom like he knows.
References. You don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Venom's the Black Spider-Man.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. No, he's not.
I do know. Why is he in a black suit then? And why is he looking mad?
Doing the Venom.
Venom is the Venom, yeah. Venom, obviously, I don't know the real story. I know he's his arch enemy and all that, yeah. But Venom strikes me. That is what Wan-Bissaka should be. Wan-Bissaka should be that. He's like the black, like the outcast Spider-Man that is kind of like Spider-Man, but does mad stuff.
Allow it, man. You don't know, bro. Just talk about this.
Dean Woke says,
bro.
Says, good analysis, guys. Love you all and keep up the good work. However, KG and Flex, who's going to win an arm wrestling match? Probably KG. Probably KG. He's got massive arms.
They said that people saying I look like Zion Williamson. They're taking the piss out of me.
Oh, wow. And always injured as well. Wow.
Have you seen the new weight that he's got, bro? They are violated, bro.
Cooking with CBD says pre-season would have been nice for the team and Ralph. 100% would have been. I agree with that. Wambi equals Venom, LOL. KG, teach Flex about pop culture. He's been under a rock for too long.
I can't. He's too far gone, fam. He said that thing. Exactly. He said Venom's the outcast Spider-Man, fam. It's crazy.
No, I'm taking that. I'm taking the piss. I know he's just a baddie in it. I know, like
a baddie.
Like, he's just a baddie in it.
But not a baddie. Flex anything about Only Fools and Horses, he'll absolutely kill it. That's his pop culture.
Is Venom a goodie? Is Venom a goodie?
He's like a Wolverine. He's like a Wolverine.
He's like an anti-hero.
He's a villain, anti-hero. You know, he's several different people as well.
So is he Spider-Man's boy?
He's an alien.
Is he Spider-Man's boy?
No.
Oh, we can't do this today, Flex.
It's not the right time.
It's not the right time. Crash course, boys, man. We'll do that at another show. Marvel crash course for Flex.
Ain't he DC? He's DC though.
Nah, you're taking the piss.
Now you're doing that as well.
I'm him.
No, I'm joking.
I said, is he a baddie?
I have the powers. I got rid of him.
Yes,
I got rid of him. Owen Verstappen got rid of him. Okay, F1 champion got rid of him.
Is he a bad B, bruv? Is he a bad B, bruv? That's what I want to know.
Move, man. Let's talk about this real stuff. Wait, hold on. Just before because we've been talking about the players that need the mental coaching. Yeah, I need to get both Cams. I need to hear what Owen has to say about Mike Phelan stealing a living right now, because we need to come up with what his job description is and what the hell he does at Carrington, bruv. So I don't know. What the hell? So everyone get involved in the chat and you tell me, let's do a CV. Let's create.
Okay, don't do
this. His job description, his title is Mike Phelan. That's what he is. He's Mike Phelan. And then they go into his office and they'll go, all right, Mike, what are you doing?
No. Wait, go on.
DJ,
come
show some respect to the big
Nah,
man.
we've
DJ.
got to give respect to Phelan. Look,
Yeah,
he might be a
100%,
bit long
100%.
in the tooth at the moment for this new era of football, but he's been there when the team was winning stuff. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure what he did, but he must have had some contribution to that. So I don't think he fits now, but let's put some respect on his name because he was there when we was winning stuff. Man.
Wait, but DJ, doing what? Because according to Ralph here,
yeah, Ralph's cold. Ralph's a cold guy, you know.
Go on. So let's add stuff. Let's create his CV online.
Yeah, let's do it.
Come on, Cam. So give me the first thing that you imagine he's bringing to the what's he doing? He's not on the pitch, by the way, so you can't mention pitch activities.
Yeah, he's not coaching, so it's not that. He's not the kit man.
Makes tea.
He's the WhatsApp admin.
Nah, this is a guy who's won the Premier League with Sir Alex. You lot need to put respect on his name.
Okay, so
He's organising Secret Santa this year. He's that guy.
No.
No, because I couldn't believe what Ralph did. Ralph didn't need to do him dirty like that. He said he's not a part of the coaching. He never coached under Ollie. So you know all the times we're like, what's Mike Phelan doing?
Yeah.
Nothing.
But you know what's funny about that? Do you know what's funny about that? Is hearing when he said he didn't under Ollie either. How many times can you remember, which is quite a lot, Mike Phelan and during the games when it weren't going good, he's there on the touchline, hands behind the back, trying to do this. So if you ain't been on the training ground and you've been in there having rich tea and water, yeah, why are you coming to the? You might be like me. Why are you coming to the?
Nobody.
All right, cool.
Nobody.
Cool.
Why you throw it out like it's normal?
All right. If Mike Phelan, if Mike Phelan is looking out his window with a wagon wheel and a cup of tea, yeah, looking out at the thing, yeah. Why is he then on the touchline on game day doing the pointing and doing the thing then? How?
You are not.
Maybe that's his
If
job.
I was a coach, if I'm a coach there, I'm standing out in the rain. When it rained the other week, Phelan's inside, watching like that. I'd be fuming. I'd be like, why is he waving around for?
When you come in, he's like, how was it?
Yeah, exactly. No, he walks in. He's one of those people. Walks in. You're soaking wet. And he goes, rain and heavy, innit? Outside. And you're there dripping. Like, yeah.
Hey, Ralph didn't bad though. Ralph didn't could at least lie to us. You know what I mean? Could have at least lied.
Everyone knows someone who does what Owen just said. You've been inside of the nice warm. You just the weather's bad, isn't it? Everyone knows someone like that.
It's pouting it down, isn't it? It's pouting it down out there. Yeah, I know. I was outside.
No, but come on, guys. What's the positives though? Because we've been under Ralph. You know, that's a question for literally the whole panel. Cam, you got to start this thing. We've seen Ralph. He's had 3 games, and Ten Hag done the light twerk the other day. It was a light twerk. He said, "Look, listen, my future. I want a new challenge." We know what that means. Are you guys willing to stick with? Because Ralph said I will suggest myself for another year. Are you willing to stick with Ralph, even with what we've seen? I know it's only been 2 games. I know we was really excited after Crystal Palace. Do you want to continue with this Ralph agenda, or would you like to interview some potential candidates at the end of the season?
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
get Ten Hag interviewed. And to be honest, I think it's like Darren Fletcher's apparently helping out with the coaching at the moment. Ralph Rangnick, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he might be better as a football director, but he's still one of the best coaches about. In terms of actual coaching on the training pitch and getting his points across, he's one of the best there is. So as long as he's there at the club in some respect, he can probably still go out and do some sessions on pressing or whatever and help out whoever else is there.
Would Ten Hag allow it though? Because I don't know if a manager's gonna really want the other guy coming in like, yeah, this is how he press. I don't know if are you gonna relinquish that level of power? Like that's a lot. That's saying that the person in charge hasn't got a big ego.
They've got to be able to work together because I mean, Rangnick was sporting director at Lokomotiv Moscow before, wasn't he? And then at the Red Bull clubs for a bit before. So he's been doing that before, working with managers. So it's just about whether Ten Hag can do it. But I don't see any reason why not. I think they'll probably have stuff they can learn from each other. Really,
he's a facilitator. You know, what's his name? Ralph Rangnick is a facilitator. He's not a big ego in terms of it all needs to be about him and I need to take control of this whole club and do all this. Maybe like in the back, I need a certain level of control to be able to help us build this structure. But in terms of it must be me as the manager because my ego's so big, I don't see him doing that. I think if he sees someone, you know, who can come and take the baton of what he's shaped, someone like a Nagelsmann or Potter, whoever it's going to be, I think he'll be part of that process, and I think he'll help do that, and I think he'll be happy to do that. Keegan says Phelan out here doing the orange slices, and Philemon says Mick Phelan is doing the Philemon KG.
Someone said he's charging the iPad.
Oh wow, that's no.
Not the iPad they don't even use.
Oh, no.
Just in case, just want to be ready.
No,
they're charging Kindle Fires, KG.
Oh no. TE says would love to see Ten Hag come in the summer with Ralph still on the board in the background. Big up you legends. And actually, Josh was in the chat earlier saying there's nearly 2,000 people watching live and only like a certain number of likes. He said you should hang your heads in shame. There you go. This is a little bit ago. Nearly 2K watching live and only 382 likes.
No.
Hang your heads in shame.
You are an absolute
guys.
The show's nearly finished.
With their trainers on in the fridge, like
you know what I mean? We ain't even got 500 likes, and we've got nearly 2,000 people watching. Like, what is going on?
What's DJ? What are you doing? Are you trying to take in? Are you looking at candidates, or are you gonna? Do you want to continue with and give this guy the time to mold the team into his image?
I personally just want to stick to the plan, man. I think too many times we've deviated from plans. Let's stick to the plan. Let's do what we said we was going to do, and you know, interview some candidates. I think Ten Hag is a really good candidate. We just have to look at kind of what he's done with Ajax, and it's very impressive, like very impressive. So we'd be stupid not to, you know, get him in for an interview and kind of screen him and see what he's saying. But for me, just stick to the original plan. Ralph in for 6 months or whatever it is, and then bring in a new manager. That's what I think we should do.
Owen.
Sorry, I was distracted. Well, we're going to deviate from the plan. I mean, it's still very early, isn't it? It's still very early to make that judgment. As of right now, I would say a bit like, can't believe I'm agreeing with him, what Gary Neville was saying, that if Ten Hag is available, say in the summer, and he's open to leaving, you'd be almost foolish not to make that choice, not to make, or certainly have a discussion about it, because he's obviously an elite level coach. And if he's willing to move, and there is longevity there as well, he's a young coach. But who knows, KG, like literally things are changing like week by week at this point in Manchester United. It feels like, I mean, it's what's crazy. I did the press conference on Friday, and I had to sort of remind myself he'd only been there 7 days. It already feels like a lifetime. So much has happened since. So a lot can happen between now and the end of the season. Maybe the Norwich game was a complete, you know, something that was a one-off. And actually, on Tuesday against Brentford, we are going to see something completely different when it comes to more of a high-pressing kind of situation. Then maybe things will change. There was a lot of optimism prior to the Norwich game. Coming out of it, it was like, so Ten Hag, you know, that's probably the right choice, isn't it? You know, but that's how the situation kind of goes. So I don't know. It's a very on the fence answer. I sound like Flex.
I've been told to stay on the fence because KG said don't predict no more games, so I did.
Oh man, it works in our favor. Well done for not predicting when Owen tried to force you to it yesterday.
Yeah, I stuck to it, didn't I? I stuck to it. Leroy says it's been 2 weeks under Ralph and no improvement on the press on the like button. I like that. KG was like, "What? It's only been 2 games. What's going on?"
Yeah. They need to improve on the like button.
And to finish off, it is important actually. FA says Tuesday game might not go ahead. We don't know. As it stands, Sky have reported that the game will still go ahead. Apparently, the players who were in the matchday squad against Norwich. Well, someone like her says the whole Man United group who travelled to Norwich initially tested negative for COVID. Since then, a small number of players and staff have returned positive lateral flow tests and were sent home before training today. Others trained outdoors and training was adjusted. And then from that, Sky have said as well that the game as it stands is expected to go on. And if you look at someone like David Ornstein said that it is unclear whether the game will go ahead. So we'll wait to see what develops.
And remember, there's still going to be there's an announcement from Boris.
There's an announcement, but I think that's more about the booster thing to take that. But you know, you look at what's happened to Spurs. You don't know, but you look at what's happened to Spurs. You know, there's games happening. I think was it Bayern Munich had to play a game behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors. Don't get twisted if we start moving to the behind closed door settings.
Yeah, hopefully that won't happen, but it is becoming a real problem. So just on a serious note, I hope everyone around the world who's watching now is just safe and their family's safe. And you know what I'm saying, this isn't a propaganda thing of make sure you do this, make sure you do that, but just well wishes to everyone. And if people have got symptoms or people have got COVID at the moment, speedy recovery to you guys. YUFC says, here's the problem. If a new manager comes in, say Ten Hag, will be patient. Will we be patient as a fan base? Will our players be patient? And will these pundits be patient? Patience is the key. Exactly. Patience is what we need to remember right now under Ralph Rangnick as well. Guys, big show. Big show. The Full View is back in full effect. Sorry, we took time off and was just so busy we couldn't make it happen, but we will be more consistent with this. And we've got some other stuff with the Full View coming up as well that we will let you guys know very, very soon. DJ's frozen. Oh, he's back. And yeah, smash a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you lot are new to the channel. Hopefully, we'll have tomorrow the Brentford preview for the game, because as it stands, it is taking place. There should be a press conference reaction as well. KG, what was you going to say?
I'm doing the match viewing for that on Tuesday.
Doing the match viewing. KG's back.
Excited. KG's back.
KG's back for that. Cam, you can get him at Statman Cam on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where you can find him.
No, send him hate.
That was quick. That's that man. Come on, Twitter.
I gotta find my burner account and be like, "What are you talking about? All these?"
Yeah. DJ, what are you? DJ _ talks, or is it?
Yes.
Underscore DJ talks?
DJ talks _ on Twitter.
DJ talks _ Let's get DJ up to 1,000. Did you hit 1,000?
Nah, not yet, man. Slow.
Get DJ up to 1,000.
Man.
Yeah, man. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you go check out Twitter now. And get DJ up to 1,000. Let's do that. Same with Cam as well. Manny says DJ lasted the whole show. Wow, couldn't believe it.
Impressive.
You know what I'm saying? Owen, they know where to find you. Where's that?
At Mr. Owen MUFC. But I always say this, like, you know, my Twitter game is very average, so you can make that decision. You know, it's not as good as my jacket tonight. So we'll leave it there.
100%. All right, guys, we are out of it.
Mike Phelan. I'm feeling myself. Don't forget to add me. Yeah? Yeah? I do important work. Very important. Yeah.
Mike Phelan's entered the chat.
My actual job is to make sure you hit that like button. I will be here every stream feeling myself. Mike Phelan.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's really funny? Obviously, that is Josh on the buttons here coming through. Do you know the way I thought the account was hacked? And I was like, "What's this thing? Quick, get it off!"
Me and Flex kind of looked at each other about 5 minutes ago, going, "Is it Josh?
What is that?
It's some crazy Mike.
What is that? You're a disgrace.
You're an absolute disgrace.
Well, you only call me a disgrace because I'm robbing a living right now, and you just jealous. Yeah. Appreciate it.
No, you can't let this guy troll us like that. Even though he's doing a great job, get him out of here, bro.
We are gone. No, because he's just bring himself back in. We are out of here, guys. Take care, guys. Peace. We are gone.
I'm feeling myself.